Good evening, all. Welcome to THiNC Institute of Design. So, NATA exams are progressing. So, we just collected few questions from our students who had already written the exams, and we made a set of questions to discuss over here. And we will be discussing some connected questions also, okay? Because we had learned similar questions in THiNC. And even in my previous sessions, I had discussed similar questions which has been already came in this exam. Okay, so in this session, I'm trying to incorporate some questions which is already being asked and some questions may be asked. Okay, so that is the plan. So over here, we are looking into a question first. Okay. I'm just seeing your messages over here. In the meantime, you guys can solve this question. Okay. What is the angle between hour hand and minute hand in a clock at 4:30? Okay, I just found this question has been repeating, not the time. Okay, this particular time is not being repeating, but the question. Okay, but the question is repeating over here. So now you guys can solve it. Similar question has been repeated several times in this exam. So if it is if you are getting answers negative sign, even though you didn't need to bother, just give the modulus value. And we had already learned this question. Okay. And we used a technique to solve this. Angle theta equal to men's hostel. That was a technique which I has given. Okay. Men's hostel. Smaller to larger. Those who attended my sessions earlier may remember this. Smaller, 11/2 is a smaller number, 30 is a largest number. Okay. So men's hostel, when we are at the childhood or at that time, we maximum at the boys hostel. When we are aged, okay, in the adulthood, like we are into a college, we can call that like a men's hostel. Okay. So that's MH. So 11/2 M minus 30H. Okay. See why I just mentioned it. Earlier, I found few students were writing in this manner and they will be ending up at another answer. So this is a wrong way of writing it. Okay. So to avoid this confusion, I'm giving this. So now we can solve 11/2 M. Okay. So this is 4 hours and this is 30 minutes. Okay. So you guys can also put your answers along with me in the chat. So 11/2 into 30 minus 30 into 4. Okay. So actually we are getting a 30 as common. So you can take that 30 common. So 11/2 minus 4. Okay. 11/2 minus 4. So 11/2, you can take that 2 outside. Okay. You can like 11 minus 8/2. You can take it like that. Or even you can, that 11/2 is 5.5. This is all for mental calculation. 5.4, 5 minus 4, that is 1.5. Okay, so it will be like 30 into 1.5. Okay, that is 45 degree. Okay, got it. So finding 1.5 is easy because 1.5 means 30 into 1.5 means 30 plus half of 30, 15. This is how I reached it. Okay, for mind calculation, you can use these Chuka methods, option B, and I found many given, right? Fatima, Makito, and one username is there. Okay, and Makito has been asked me one question. He's having an exam on 30. What should I do to score more? Okay, depends upon the question paper. Because the question, as per my opinion, the question paper is not having any kind of uniformity. Okay, different people's getting different question papers. So that is my issue. Okay, so for the practice, I'm giving you one more question. In the meantime, you can solve it. Okay, in the meantime, you can solve it and I will answer for Makito. Okay, so Makito, usually we have issue in two main areas. One is arithmetic and other is arc awareness. Okay, So these are the two areas which we are going to be a little bit tough. Okay. Because arc awareness, if we know exact answers, we don't have any issue. But sometimes we may not be having a clear idea. Okay. We may not be having a clear idea in the arc awareness in certain questions. Okay. It's more or somewhat similar to GK. See, as per my previous year students, they told me that for all of one session, okay, that's about only one session, they got all questions. That means the majority of the questions were from arc awareness. That was only happened once. Okay, that was only happened once. They got majority questions. They got majority questions from arc awareness. Okay, that those were the rarest incidents. Okay, getting maximum questions from the arc awareness is the rarest incident, but it happened. And the common thing which is happening is arithmetic portion, you will be getting a decent quantity of questions. And nowadays they are asking very easy questions and easy chapters they are choosing. Okay, so the chapters include, this is from the observation from my students. They were asking questions regularly from percentage, profit, loss, and discount. Okay, profit, loss, and discount. And next they are asking from ratio. Okay, actually they are a group or a family. And next group is like age, series, direction, clock. Okay, this is the observation which I made from my students in the last few weeks of exams. Okay, and next one type of questions is coming from mensuration. Mensuration include area and volume. With the figure and without figure questions are giving or coming. Okay, area and volume as well as geometry concepts is asked. Okay, so in the last round of preparation, at least this much portion you should learn thoroughly. Okay, see, it's being on the May 30, 1 week is there. I think for learning equations of mensuration as well as age, series, direction, clock, and percentage, profit, loss, discount, that time is enough. Okay, and if you want a reference video or a video sessions, you can refer to the same YouTube channel you are listening. Last year we had a NATA marathon. Last year, NATA marathon, and you can find a folder, so like a playlist. Okay, you can find a playlist of NATA marathon there. So you can use that NATA marathon playlist. Okay, so in that these chapters were being discussed. So my sessions will be, actually 2 or 3 faculties are taking sessions together, including drawing and others. So in between those chapters are coming. So in 2x speed, you can watch all those things. So ensure all marks or all the scores which you can make from arithmetics. Okay, because arithmetics is having a certain syllabus. Okay, so they will be having a limit to ask, unlike other topics. They have a limit. So just go through that. And for arc awareness, I suggest previous year questions. Whose questions? JEE previous year questions. Okay, you can rely on JEE previous year questions and you can Google them in the internet. So you will be getting a Wikipedia page. So you can collect connector facts. Okay, so you can refer to 2 or 3 question papers. Okay. Username, let me try. Okay, so what is the largest angle between the hour hand and the minute hand of a clock when the time is 4:40? Okay, when the time is 4:40. So now you guys can put your responses in the chat. Okay, so over here, I'm talking about a single equation and its application. So theta equals 11/2m minus 30h. So over here, we don't know the angle. 11/2, what is a minute? 40 minutes. Hours, 4 hours. 40 into 30, sorry, 40 minus 30 into 4. So you can take a 40 common. Okay. So it will be like 11 by 2 minus 30 into 4, 120. I just taken a 40 common. So I'll get it like 3. So it will be like 40. See, I just make a smallest change. What is the angle? That will be enough. Okay, no largest. Okay, that's my bad. I removed that word. Okay, maybe due to that word, many didn't put the answers because largest angle is not in the option. Okay, unless I need to make it like this. Okay, so what is the angle between the hour hand? Okay, that's only we need to go to find. So over here, 11 by 2 minus 3. We already know that 11 by 2 is 5.5 minus 3. So 40 into 2.5. Easy. 40 into 2, 80. 40 into 0.5, 20. 100. Okay, this is the angle. If you go for largest angle, it will be 260 because 360 minus 100. Okay, so this is the case of clock. One more question from the clock. Okay, and this question is a little bit variety. So now you guys can solve. Using good. Okay, so the same equation we need to use. Okay, so at what time in minutes between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, both of the needles will coincide. Okay, both of the needles will coincide. That is the question. Both of the needles will coincide. Okay, coinciding means one over the other. Okay, at 12 o'clock you can find the same. Okay, at 12 o'clock you can find the same. And at 105 you can't find coinciding because at 1 o'clock after 105 the hand of the clock will be something like this. Okay, there will be a small movement happen to the hour hand. Okay, because 5 minutes means 6-degree movement will be happening to the hour hand from the 1. That is why 105 is not coinciding. And coinciding time after 12 o'clock is 105 and 5 by 11 minutes. Okay, this is the coinciding time, and the gap between coinciding will be like 65 and 5 by 11. All these things I had discussed in my session of the clock. Okay, so the interval is not 65 minutes. 65 and 5 by 11 minutes will take on for coinciding. Now we can come to this question. Okay, now comes to coinciding. So angle, what will be the angle at coinciding? 0 degree. At coinciding, angle between the hands will be 0 degree. If it is opposite, at that time, angle will be equal to 180 degree. Okay, keep that point in mind and you can use the equation. You can use this equation 11 by 2 m minus 30h by substituting value of theta equal to 0. Okay, let me use this space for solving this. So theta equal to 0. 11 by 2. What is the minute and hour here? See, after 3 o'clock and between 4 o'clock, whatever the time will be like 3 hours. Okay, and it will be like x minutes. This will be the format. Okay, if it is 3:30, 3:15, anyway, we need to find the value of x. That's enough. So 11 by 2 m. Instead of minutes, what we are going to use here? X minutes. Minus 30 into how many hours? 3 hours. So 30 into 30, we already know that it is 90. So I'm taking the 90 to the other side. So 90 equals 11 by 2x. So now for the value of x. Now for the value of x. 90 into 2 by 11 equal to x. So 180 by 11, that is 176 when 16 times, and 4 by 11. So 3 hours and 16 and 4 by 11 minutes. Option D as like username suggested here. Very good. Okay, one more point with the clock, then we can jump to the next. Okay, usual common error area. Actually, I'm going to address common error areas only, and connected questions were mainly focused on common error areas. How will you write 4.14 hours. Okay, in minutes and seconds, I'm looking forward for your answers. Okay. Q. So all are connected questions. Okay, all are connected questions. I'm not at all going to ask anything new. All are connected questions. Okay. Q. So over here, 4.14 hours, and the common error is marking on the B. Okay. See, we already know that 2.5 hours means 2:30. We know this, but we will not be, okay, we will not choose 2.5 from the options, but we will took 4.14. That is a common error. Okay, so how 2.5 becomes 2:30? Because 0.5 hours means 0.5 into 60 minutes. That is why this 30. Okay, we know that, but at the exam hall, there is no guarantee that we will be remembering that particular one. Okay, there is no guarantee that we will be remembering that particular one. So over here, 4 hours. 4 hours, that is okay. 0.14. 0.14 hours. 0.14 hours means 4 hours, fine. All the options is having it. 0.14 into 60 minutes. I'm checking how many minutes it is. So 0.14 into 60, it is like 8.4 minutes. Okay, 14 into 6, 84. That is how we deducted like 8.4 minutes. So we got the minutes, 8 minutes. Okay, so due to a little bit curiosity, we will be putting tick mark on this. Okay, that will be adversely going to affect you if you tick over there. 2 options with us. Now we have 8 minutes and 0.4 minutes. What's 0.4 minutes? 0.4, each minute means 60 seconds. So it is 24 seconds. Okay, user fine, good. Okay, so option C is the right answer over here. Okay, option C. So next, we can move on to, see, we just discussed one question which is related to clock and its connected question. Just a second, I will show you another question which has been came from this area. Again, this particular angle question has been repeated. Okay. Again, this particular angle question has been repeated. Okay, anyway, even in this PPT, that question was twice. Unfortunately, it seems to be difficult to spot it right now. Anyway, that question has been repeated. Okay. On another day, we will be discussing that. Okay, similarly, we will be doing one more question. Okay, an age-related problem. Okay, an age-related problem. So if A and B's age are in the ratio. See, this is not an age-related problem actually. This question is from the chapter ratio. Okay, age-related problems, we have a different method of doing it. Okay, so what is the age of B? So some of their ages is being given. See, actually 72, it's a multiple of 9. Okay, see, I told you every time, whenever we are getting a ratio, then add it. Okay, whenever we are getting a ratio, then we should add it. Okay, so over here, 4:5. You can write like 4x, 5x. So over here, 4x plus 5x, that is equal to 9x. Okay, it is equal to 72. So x equals 72 by 9. So that is 8. Okay, 8 into 9 is 72. Now you can substitute. What is the question? What is the age of B? So age of B means 5 into 8. That is 40. Okay. 5 into 8. That is what it is. This question is from the chapter ratio. You so good. Similarly, see, I just found a new type of question. If months are arranged in the alphabetical order, what will be the 9th month starting from the month of April? Okay, so this was the question which has been asked. So this is a dictionary based question. Okay, this is a dictionary based question and the similar format. One more question has been asked on the similar format in line with this. That's about the days of a week. Okay, I'm showing you that there are similarities in asking questions. Okay, there are similarities in asking questions. I'm just showing here. Many questions were dictionary oriented questions was a plenty. So how many English words can be formed using the letter? Okay, that was a question from the permutation. I will show you how to do that later. So if the letters of the word education are arranged in alphabetical order, okay, alphabetical order, which will be the 5th letter. Okay, this is a dictionary based question. Okay, and one more dictionary based question was here. Since time is too less, I'm just trying to make you aware about the types of questions in this chapter. See over here, days of the week are arranged in an alphabetical order. What will be the 5th day? Okay, what will be the 5th day? Okay, in this way the questions are coming. So we already know that the days are like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so among Sunday and Saturday, Saturday will be the last one. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday. Who will be the last one? Tuesday will be the last one. So the final Wednesday is the 7th month because this is the last number. Okay, so what will be the 5th day? The question is about what will be the 5th day. So who can be the first over here? Like Friday. Okay, second Monday. Okay, all the 7 is here. So 1 here, 2 here. Next is the third one. You can go for Saturday, and the 4th one. Okay, so what will be the 5th day? 5th day will be Tuesday. Okay, and 6th day will be Thursday, and final Wednesday. So over here, the question is about Tuesday only. So practice this with the months also. Okay, practice the same with the months also. And one more question regarding diagonal was asked. Okay, that means questions from the polygons. That means geometry is also being asked here. And that question is about number of diagonals. So first of all, I will get to the formula for the number of diagonals. Okay, I'm just taking questions randomly. So number of diagonals. So over here, before approaching the question, we need to discuss a formula for the diagonals. Okay, for example, how many diagonals a triangle is having? No diagonals, isn't it? But a square is the first shape who is having diagonals. 2 diagonals for a square. Okay, for example, n into n minus 3 by 2. Okay, so if you use this equation for this figure, this is the number of diagonals. Okay, this is the number of diagonals equation. And n into n minus 3 for this figure, it will be like 4 into 4 minus 3 by 2. Okay, actually this is 1, this is 2. So it's working 2 into 1, 2. Okay, So that is the formula. You can, if you want, you can take a screenshot and keep it with you. Okay, very important formula. Usually students may not be remembering this one. Okay, maybe not aware about this formula. So over here, in this question, they are given diagonals. Okay, that means n into n minus 3 by 2 equal to 90 already given. Okay, so we need to convert this into a quadratic equation, then solving it. N square, okay, minus 3n. So the quadratic equation will be like n square minus 3n minus 180 equal to 0. You can solve that quadratic equation, or you can seek the helps of the options over here. Okay, so n into n minus 3 will be, which should be equal to 180. Okay, that is the requirement. So over here, if you take 12, okay, if you take 12 into 9, not 180, not possible. 15 into 13, okay, 15 into 13, not possible to get 180. Okay, so 15 into 12. Okay, 15 into 12, because n is 15, because we have only limited time. That is why we are choosing from the options. Otherwise, we will be solving this quadratic equation in the exam hall. So 15 into 15 minus 3, that is 15 into 12, that is 180. So we can easily choose the answer. Okay, so trial and error using the options. So you can make intelligent guesses using these techniques. Okay, so that is why we are learning these techniques, and plenty of questions are remaining, and the request of the user is also remaining. See, it's a very limited time session. So anyway, I will be incorporating that doubt also in by the next session. So I think today we can wind up over here. All the best, guys.